All right. Okay, we're live. Fantastic.
Terrific. How are you, everybody?
Hey.
Welcome. I'm George Englert. I'm here with Johanna Martinez. And, um, and this is week 2 of Brain Boost. It's our 10-week live series on boosting cognitive abilities. I need all the help I can get. In this series, you'll learn 10 keys of boosting your mental abilities and ridiculously easy ways you can implement these in your life. No matter how busy or tired you are or where you're starting from. And as we know, feeling overwhelmed is one of the biggest blockers for doing anything. So we've really made an effort to keep this as clear, simple, and actionable as possible. So if reducing overwhelm and boosting brain power sounds good, stick around. So Johanna, I hope you had a great week. How are you?
Yes, thank you for asking. I had a fantastic week. I moved states, so I had spent 3 days driving. I'm now in our new home. We're in our new home. I love it. It's fantastic to be back in Colorado. I'm loving the cooler climate, the fall season. I'm like sensory overload of magic and beauty. So like, yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm excited. I'm so excited we're doing this because this is helping me personally. So thank you for doing this with me.
Oh, likewise, likewise. So before we introduce this second key for this week to boosting brain power, meaning your ability to reason, plan, solve problems, think abstract, comprehend complex ideas, learn faster, and stay sharp, I invite you to get clear on what's in it personally for you to boost your brain power. So like, what good thing gets to happen for you if you improved your cognitive abilities? And whether you're joining us live or watching the replay, leave us a comment. We love comments.
Yeah.
So what's the best thing that gets to happen for you when having a more enhanced brain power? Okay, something that comes up for me while sailing it's while sailing, it slows us down if I have to search for the name of a particular control line or the proper wording for a command. When free of brain fog, I'm able to better communicate with the crew to expeditiously execute maneuvers.
Cool.
You know, what about you, Johanna? Like, what's motivating you to boost your brain power right now?
Oh my gosh, I love that example so much. Like this happens to me all the time. I'm thinking about something, usually about work or something, and then my husband is talking to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, like like speaking, like talking to him in words that don't really make a lot of sense. Like usually, yeah. Anyway, so but I so get that thing of like being able to multitask, kind of like that's how like that's also a thing that comes to mind. But my main motivator, my answer to that is faster learning. So I'm working towards another professional certification. So massive amounts of information I have to shove in and be able to work with. So yeah, that's what's, my main motivator right now. So it's making this work really juicy and tangible for me of like, what do I get to have with investing the time and the effort? Like, with you guys, anyone who's watching us, joining us, drop us a line of like, what would make it worth your while? Like, what would be a tangible thing for you in the next few months if you put effort into this? Like, just spend a few minutes with us and then take the action that we suggest or invite you to come up for yourself, right?
Cool. Yeah, so in my practice, I often find myself working with clients that have this aversion to exercise. So if this sounds at all like you, stick around. Hopefully we can help you shift your thoughts on this just enough to put a wee bit of spring in your step, leading you to a lifestyle that supports a healthy brain. And, just this movement, our bodies, like this brain, just to cut this down, make it simple, like it's inside our body, it's part of it. When we move and our blood is pumping and it's flowing through and, it's helping everything move along here better. So like just to make this very, very simple, movement, exercise, whatever, physical activity helps our brain. And so that's just what we're talking about this week. And so to go out on a limb, like So that's some brain boosting benefits of an active lifestyle. So I'd first like for you to ask yourself this question: how might it benefit me if I were to be more physically active? How would it benefit my brain? If you have an answer, great. And if you don't have an immediate answer, don't struggle to search for it. The goal here is not to find the answer. It's to simply put this question out there for your subconscious. That's all. So if I have you in a moment of contemplation right now, go ahead and revel of the thought of what it might be for you. If you went about your days just a tad more physically active than you do at present. Thank you for that. And so, okay, back to the present moment. Johanna, any thoughts on this?
Oh my gosh, I love this invitation to take that pause. I love it. And yeah, I think it's that alone, like inviting people to take that pause, because when you were inviting that pause, I was thinking about just, I love visualization. So my mind was going to not only the brain boosting benefits of movement, but all the other things that come to mind. So I love that kind of like that space to really think about and visualize the benefits, because we know it is possible. Everyone, no matter where you're starting from, you can add some more movement. Few people are at that place where they're already doing, the max to get the max benefits, right? I'm not there for sure. And when you mentioned that aversion to exercise, like, heck yeah, I've had that. I still have that, like, always up leveling to, building more movement into my lifestyle. There's some real challenges. So I love that we're getting into this and really acknowledging that that's a real thing. We all can struggle with that. Few people are just like, super active and have zero struggles with, integrating it to the rest of their lives, right? So that, pause to really think about what would it look like if we are able, when we are able to integrate in wonderful, easy ways, more movement into our lives. So yeah, it's beautiful.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And if you stayed with us thus far, awesome. And I have a surprise for you. Things are going to get easier right now. So here's the next question. What if getting healthier results of the activities you already do were to require very little effort? What if just a shift in the way we look at our activities could drastically improve our lives, both physically and mentally? So Harvard psychologist Ellen Langer divided 84 housekeeping people in hotels into two groups. With one group, researchers carefully went through each of the tasks they did each day, explaining how many calories those tasks burned. They were informed that their activities already met the Surgeon General's definition of an active lifestyle. So the other group was given no new information at all. So they just went about their business, and the other people knew, oh, I'm already meeting the Surgeon General's requirements. Okay, so now 1 month later, the second group showed no changes. This is awesome. The first group showed a loss in weight to hip ratio. A loss in weight, a loss in hip to waist ratio, and a 10% drop in blood pressure. So the action is a very, very small action that I would love for you to take this week moving forward, is to recognize that the physical activities you do regularly already in and of themselves are activities that are good for you. Just know that taking out the garbage is good for you. Walking to your car, doing dishes, folding laundry, making dinner, and showering even. It's all good for you. This simple everyday task of brushing your teeth. What a ritual this could be. What if, while brushing our teeth, we look in the mirror, we see ourselves moving in a way that involves some pretty precise angular motions, right? We're not running a marathon here, but while we do this, we just raise our awareness that what we are doing has physical and mental benefits in addition to good oral hygiene.
Wow, I
Anything
love that so much.
Would like to add, Johanna?
Yeah,
Around boosting your brain?
I love that, like the benefits of positive reinforcement of when we feel good about the present state, what we're already doing, when we acknowledge ourselves and we celebrate the efforts we've already made, like that is so beautiful that alone has health benefits. I love that so much, and it's so true. And so, like,
can I just before you go on, I just have to say, like for myself, like I wrote the taking out the garbage thing, and I've implemented this whole idea in other areas of my life, like through work. I'm working on the car, I'm working on whatever it is, and so since I have a big hill to go down with the garbage, but I don't think of it as exercise. I think of it as this is a chore, but it puts a little pep in your step, just knowing like this is freaking good for me.
Yeah.
You know, works for me.
Yeah, I love that. It puts a pep in your step, knowing that what you're doing is good for you. It's you're working towards. So yeah, I you know, that brings me to kind of like the key when we look at brain health and exercise movement that is good for our brain health. Like that was one of the keys of like really enjoying what you're doing, and in whatever ways you can, you know, enjoy more the things you're already doing. Wow, what could be better, right? So, you know, we know that today when we look at the official recommendations, it's 150 minutes of aerobic exercise. So, or how they say it is that exercise that elevates your heart rate. So you get your, you know, you sweat. That's kind of like the, you know, easy kind of rule of thumb, is like working up to a sweat. And they say 5 times a week, 30 minutes at a time. And that is just one kind of, you know, it's a recommendation, right? So if you're already doing more than that, fantastic. If you're working toward that, fantastic. But recognizing where you're already at and working toward, you know, increasing more of that. If you're feeling like, you know, I could really, you know, add some, there's still room for me to move more to, you know, see the health benefits. Acknowledging yourself, like acknowledging the heck out of like each and every step and everything you're already doing, you know, on that, you know, journey towards there, that is so beneficial, right? And one more thing I want to mention on my side on adding to this topic, that keeping it simple and actually doing it, like in no matter what form you move, whether it's taking out the garbage, whether it's rigorous, you know, exercise privately in the privacy of your own bedroom or whatnot, whatever way you find, you know, that works for you, that is the best way. So we can get overwhelmed on like looking at, you know, the different types of basic categories of exercise, of like strength training, flexibility, or like mind body exercises, or then cardio or aerobic exercise, and thinking about what is the most optimal for brain health, of like where should I put in, how long. But we really don't need to get overwhelmed with any of that. The thing is, whatever works for you, whatever movement works with you, your you know, your lifestyle and what you enjoy, that is the best for your brain health, right? Because that is the exercise you will do and enjoy. And as we can see, the enjoyment part of it is so key. The appreciation and acknowledgement part of it is so key. And so finding the exercise that is enjoyable and exciting for you, or that you can stick to, that is the key, right? So I love that action step, the call to action of like thinking about what are you already doing? What are you already, and giving yourself like props on that. That's fantastic.
Thanks. I love that. I love that. Just like you said, if you could think about just for 1 second about, oh, this sucks, to appreciate that, you know what, at least I get to take out the garbage. Just that little mental shift will change your blood pressure it will change your blood pressure, and you'll be healthier. And when your blood pressure goes down, your brain is healthier, and you'll think clearer, and you'll be a brighter, smarter, and more thankful for it. So for the week ahead, I just simply notice the activities you already do and appreciate them as good for you. And if you make this a practice, you will likely notice a shift in your experience of ordinary tasks as they become more enjoyable, or at least more tolerable.
Yeah, I love that.
Do you want to tell us about next week?
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about next week. So next week we're going to talk about the 17-second trick that's going to boost your brain. That's our third week of continuing our Brain Boost series. So tune in. I'm excited to continue.
I'm excited. Thank you so much. Pleasure to see you. Thank you, everybody.
Have a great week. Cheers. Take care. Bye.